Toyota's multi-billion-dollar strategy to destroy Tesla is failing. The struggle for dominance in the automotive industry's future is set to reach a new level of drama. In the early stages of the new energy revolution, Tesla has been unstoppable, inspiring investors with its vision of the future of transportation and securing the ground floor of the market for fully electric vehicles. Competing against them are two powerhouses, Volkswagen Group and Toyota. The two largest automakers in the world recognize the age of the battery-powered vehicle is here and are strategizing how to remain at the top. So the strategies they will be making to win against each other, and the result of the strategy can be positive or negative. You never know. Hello Tech Addicts fam, and let's get into this video so we can understand and analyze the strategies taken by Toyota to destroy Tesla and its result in doing so. The race toward a landscape dominated by electric vehicles continues, and it appears that Toyota is falling behind its competitors. MG, Mazda, Nissan, Hyundai, and Kia are just some of the competing automakers that offer fully electric models of their cars in their product lines. There are even those who have more than one. But Toyota has not yet entered the fray, despite the fact that the company has been a pioneer in the automotive industry when it comes to environmentally conscious driving for more than 20 years. The failure of Japanese automakers Toyota to make significant headway with battery electric vehicles and measures to reduce carbon dioxide emissions has once again come under scrutiny. A new study by Greenpeace, a nonprofit group that advocates for a more environmentally friendly future, came to the conclusion that Japanese automakers are falling further and further behind their competitors. It is common knowledge that Japanese automobile manufacturers have been infamously tardy in their efforts to bring fully electric vehicles to market. In spite of the fact that it was the first automaker to unveil a hybrid vehicle for the mainstream market, the Toyota Prius, in 1997, Toyota, along with the rest of the country, has made very little progress since then. However, what's remarkable is that Japan has the world's third largest economy and is home to some of the most cutting-edge technology, such as quantum computing, smart farming, and bullet trains that can reach speeds of up to 320 kilometers per hour. Then why is it so far behind in decarbonization and vehicles that are completely powered by electricity? The electric vehicle race sees Japan fall further behind. To begin, Japanese culture is generally considered to be one of restraint. The nation adheres steadfastly to the principles of order and hierarchy. Therefore, it is only natural that the leaders will have the final say if there is a big change. This kind of thinking almost always results in gradual shifts, which is precisely what we are observing right now. As an illustration, only recently, the executive vice president of sales for Toyota North America was reported as saying, "My opinion is that the market is not yet prepared for EVs. My opinion is that the infrastructure is not yet ready," despite the fact that there is a mountain of evidence indicating that electric vehicles are the way of the future. By the end of this decade, virtually every automaker, both new and established, intends to have an electric vehicle lineup or come very close to having one. In addition to this, they are unable to meet the demand for the electric vehicles that they already possess. The states of California, Washington, and Massachusetts have all taken steps to outlaw the sale of gasoline-powered automobiles by the year 2035. The laws governing emissions in California are followed by a total of 17 states, albeit not all of those states have embraced the 2035 ban. According to Tesla, the world's most prolific electric vehicle company, the Model Y is on course to make the highest revenue of any automobile this year, and it's projected to be the best-selling vehicle next year altogether. There is mounting evidence that people demand electric vehicles and that the market is moving in that direction. In terms of decarbonization initiatives, Toyota comes in dead last. According to the findings of a new survey conducted by Greenpeace, out of the top 10 manufacturers, Japanese automakers Toyota, Honda, and Nissan score the lowest in terms of their efforts to promote a cleaner future. Meanwhile, we noticed that only 2% of our viewers are subscribed to our channel, so please make sure you subscribe if you don't want to miss some juicy EV news. And now, that's awesome. Toyota came in dead last after the automaker's zero-emission vehicles, which did not include hybrids, failed to generate even 1% of the company's total sales. According to the findings of the study, Toyota also has one of the supply chains with the lowest level of carbon reduction development. The climate and energy campaigner with Greenpeace Japan has the right idea when they say, that's correct. The use of hybrids is not the answer. Only as a transitional step toward completely electric vehicles can they be useful. The transportation industry won't start moving toward a more sustainable trend until then. Can Toyota make a comeback from this situation? Despite the fact that Japanese automakers have been slow to embrace the concept of electric vehicles, it appears that they've been more receptive to the idea in the past week or two. The previous week, Toyota made an announcement that would be increasing the amount of money for its electric vehicle battery plant in North Carolina. Although $3.8 billion is hardly an enormous amount for an electric vehicle battery plant, it is nevertheless an improvement over its earlier ambitions. In addition, the car manufacturer said that it would transform a Japanese engine plant into an electric vehicle battery plant. Does this indicate that they are finally coming to their senses and smelling the coffee? So this is the beginning. Recent reports indicate that Toyota, Honda, and Nissan are making more efforts to reduce their environmental impact. I wouldn't go as far as to say they are entirely turning the ship around, but recent reports do imply that they are making these efforts. The first thing that has to be done is to increase investments. Now we will find out whether the Japanese car manufacturers will stick to their plans and hopefully play a more prominent role in the rapidly growing market for electric vehicles. They are a few paces behind, but they still have time to right the ship, even if they are behind. Nevertheless, time is running out. The Yaris, the Corolla, and the Camry are the passenger cars that currently offer hybrid powertrains from Toyota. The CHR, RAV4, and the Kluger are the SUVs that will soon offer hybrid powertrains. Toyota reaffirmed the company's view that the widespread adoption of fully electric vehicles will take longer to become mainstream than most people anticipate it will. According to him, it'll be challenging to comply with current regulations that call for the prohibition of traditional vehicles with internal combustion engines by the year 2035. This is a policy that both the state of California and the state of New York have said they intend to implement. While increasing their investments in all-electric vehicles, Toyota executives have argued that such cars and trucks are one solution, not the solution, to meet tightening global emission standards and achieve carbon neutrality. This is despite the fact that the company is increasing its investments in all-electric vehicles. Toyota continues to invest in alternative solutions as well as hybrid vehicles such as the Prius, which combines classic internal combustion engine technology with electric vehicle technology. The corporation believes its strategy is appropriate since electric cars will not be adopted in every region of the world at the same rate due to the expensive cost of the vehicles as well as a lack of infrastructure to support their use. Environmental organizations such as the Sierra Club and Greenpeace have been critical of Toyota's policy. As a result, Greenpeace has placed the Japanese manufacturer at the very bottom of its rating of decarbonization efforts within the automotive industry for the past 2 years. Over the next 9 years, Toyota intends to make an investment of around $70 billion in electrified vehicles, including $35 billion in fully electric battery technologies. It has plans to provide over 70 electric vehicles across the globe by the year 2025. The total number of all electric vehicles that Toyota expects to sell annually by the year 2030 is approximately 3.5 million, which is only about a third of the company's present annual sales. There's no doubt that Toyota will buckle up in the race, as Toyota's tagline itself says, "Touch the perfection." That's all for today's video, but we'll be back with more soon. Until then, please like our video and subscribe to our channel so you always get the latest updates in the EV world. And thanks for watching.